Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we will compare two mid-range phones, the Samsung Galaxy A5 2017 with the ASUS Zenfone 3, the 5.2-inch variant. So these two phones are mid-range phones below the 30,000 pricing in India, and there are lots of similarities between these two devices, and they also differ in various other aspects. So in this video we will compare these two phones for various aspects like the design, build quality, software, the performance, the camera, battery life, and we'll also see which is the better value for money device out there. So without any further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's see the design and build quality. So design wise, you could see that both these devices are premium looking devices out there with a great finishing, metallic construction, and we have glass finishing on the ASUS Zenfone 3, and we also have 2.5D glass, curved glass on both the phones, and they are protected by Corning Gorilla Glass. We have a physical button for the Samsung Galaxy A5 which also acts as a fingerprint scanner, while on the ASUS Zenfone 3 it is placed on the rear panel, and both have capacitive touch buttons and 5.2 inches Full HD display. Now you can see that the ASUS Zenfone 3 is slightly more premium with the chamfered edges, and overall looks also slightly more premium looking than the Samsung Galaxy A5. You can also see that the ASUS Zenfone 3 is slightly slimmer and lighter in weight than the Samsung Galaxy A5 2017. So in terms of the design and build quality, we would pick the ASUS Zenfone 3 for a slightly more premium looking device. Now next, moving on to the display. So here again we have 5.2 inches screen size, both are Full HD 1080p resolution, and both are supported by Corning Gorilla Glass. We have Corning Gorilla Glass 4 on the A5, while it's Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on the ASUS Zenfone 3, and both have curved displays. We also have curved glass on both the phones. Now talking about the display quality, you can easily say that the Samsung Galaxy A5 is the winner here because the Super AMOLED panel looks really punchy and sharper when compared to the ASUS Zenfone 3. The Zenfone 3 definitely has a good Full HD display, but when it comes to the display quality, the Super AMOLED panel gives a really great feel altogether, and we would pick the A5 in terms of the display quality. Now the touch response feels quite good on both the phones. Now next up, the software and the performance. So software, we have two different UIs, completely customized UI. We have the Samsung's TouchWiz UI on top of Android 6.0 Marshmallow, while we have the Zen UI on top of Android 7.0. So the advantage for the ASUS Zenfone 3 is that it comes with Android 7.0 as of now. And now talking about the UIs, first let's have a look at the Samsung's TouchWiz UI, which is now a revamped UI, and with new features and options. You can see the quick toggles, a completely customized quick toggles. Again, we can rearrange and do a lot of customizations, and we have wallpapers, widgets, and you can do a lot of customization in the home screen as well. And if you go to the settings panel, again you can see it's a completely new UI, and some added features are also included. You can see advanced features, some gestures, one-handed UI, quick captures, direct call. So these are some gestures included. There is also easy mode, support for themes. You can download additional themes, and a lot of tools are included in this UI, and this UI looks quite good, and it's a polished UI, feels quite premium as well. Now looking at the UI of the ASUS Zenfone 3, this is a Zen UI which comes with loaded with features, and here you can see again it comes with an app drawer, and it has a completely customized UI. There is also support for themes, and if you go to the settings panel, you can see some added features are also included, like ASUS customized settings, power management, then support for themes is there, easy mode, kids mode, and some useful features are also included in this UI. Now looking at the UIs of both these devices, we would say the Samsung's UI is slightly more polished and looks slightly better than the ASUS UI. But if you're looking for more features and customization options, then definitely the ASUS UI offers much more options than the Samsung's TouchWiz UI. Now next, moving on to the performance. So here we have two different octa-core chipsets. One is Exynos 7880, which is powering the Samsung Galaxy A5 2017, while it's a Snapdragon 625 octa-core chipset, 2 GHz, and both the devices are coupled with 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage. Now both the devices have dual SIM cards, and while we have a dedicated micro SD card expansion slot on the A5, we have a hybrid SIM card on the ASUS Zenfone 3. Now talking about the performance of these two phones, we would say that in day-to-day performance both are really performing chipset, and there's no lag or issues in either of these chipset, and does the job pretty well in day-to-day experience. And when it comes to gaming, we would say the ASUS Zenfone 3 definitely has an edge because of the Snapdragon 625, which is more powerful than the Exynos 7880. Now having a look at the benchmark scores of these two phones, you can see how powerful the Snapdragon 625 is when compared to the Exynos 7880. Almost double the benchmark score for the Zenfone 3 when compared to the Samsung Galaxy A5. Now, so in terms of the performance, we would say both these devices are good in day-to-day experience, but we would pick the Snapdragon 625, which is more powerful chipset than the Exynos 7880 on the Samsung Galaxy A5. Now talking about the fingerprint scanner experience, both are really good. One is on the front panel and one is on the rear panel, so it's a personal choice on whether you like it on the rear panel or on the front panel. Now the fingerprint scanner looks quite good on both the phones, but we would say the ASUS Zenfone 3 had a slightly more faster fingerprint sensor than the Samsung Galaxy A5. Now let's talk about the call quality and other aspects. Call quality looks quite good on both the phones. There's no issues with the call quality, and the speaker performance looks decent on both these devices. Next up, let's talk about the camera. So this is one area where these two devices are really good in the hardware department of camera. We have 16 megapixel cameras on both the phones. We have f-stop 1.9 on the Samsung Galaxy A5, while we have f-stop 2.0 on the ASUS Zenfone 3. And ASUS Zenfone 3 camera hardware is also superior because it has 4-axis optical image stabilization, laser autofocus, face detection autofocus, and also dual LED flash when compared to the single LED flash and the standard autofocus on the Samsung Galaxy A5. Now the front camera is again a 16 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy A5, while it's an 8 megapixel shooter on the ASUS Zenfone 3. Now looking at the camera interface, you could see that both these cameras are well equipped and comes loaded with features and tools, and we have lots of modes included in both these devices, and you can try out these modes. And if you're looking for more features in the camera, definitely the ASUS Zenfone 3 has a lot of additional features and modes included, and the camera interface is also quite good. Now let's talk about the camera samples taken from these two devices. So this is one area where we would say in daylight conditions both these devices are really good performing cameras, and if you look at the camera samples taken in daylight conditions, we would give it to the ASUS Zenfone 3, probably because of the slightly better sharpness levels and noise is reduced in the ASUS Zenfone 3. Now looking at the close-up images, again we would say the ASUS Zenfone 3 provided slightly better color quality than the Samsung Galaxy A5. Now looking at the low light experience, again we would say the ASUS Zenfone 3 had a slight edge here, but when you use the flash, that's one area where the Samsung Galaxy A5 had an edge. Now looking at the selfie experience, again even with the 16 megapixel camera on the A5, we were kind of disappointed with the selfie experience of the A5, and we would give it to the ASUS Zenfone 3 probably for the better selfie experience. Even the 16 megapixel camera on the A5 didn't produce some really good selfie experience. So in terms of the camera experience and video recording, we would give it to the ASUS Zenfone 3 because it has a superior hardware, better performance, optical image stabilization, 4K recording, and also laser autofocus. So definitely in terms of the camera imaging abilities and hardware, the ASUS Zenfone 3 is a better choice. Now finally talking about the battery. So we have a 2600 mAh battery on the ASUS Zenfone 3, while it's a 3000 mAh on the Samsung Galaxy A5. So battery performance is quite decent on both these devices. Even with the high capacity battery, we would say the ASUS Zenfone 3 provided really good experience with the Snapdragon 625, and both can get you slightly more than a day of usage. So battery performance are kind of similar on both these devices. Now let's finally have a conclusion on which is a better device to buy. Now the Samsung Galaxy A5 2017 is priced 29,000 and it comes with IP68 water and dust resistant certification. So that's one added feature for the Samsung Galaxy A5, and this comes for 22,000 the ASUS Zenfone 3 5.2 inch variant. So almost 7k difference between these two devices. So that's a massive difference in terms of the pricing. And the ASUS Zenfone 3 has a superior hardware, the Snapdragon 625, and better cameras and a better design as well. On the other hand, the software and the display looks better on the Samsung Galaxy A7, and also it has this additional water and dust resistance. So if you're not really particular about the IP68 certification, we would definitely give it to the ASUS Zenfone 3 for a much cheaper device and also better processor and better overall package. So that was the detailed comparison of the ASUS Zenfone 3 with the Samsung Galaxy A5 2017. Hope this video was useful. If you like this video, do hit the like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. And if you plan to buy these devices, we will leave the links in the description of this video and you can use our links. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.